at the hands of federal agents in Minneapolis, President Trump is appearing to take a more nuanced approach. The president suggesting a softer touch may be needed and acknowledging the shootings should not have happened. CNN's Elena Treen is at the White House. Elena, what did the president have to say about what's been happening with his immigration reform, if you will?
Yeah, look, I mean, President Trump is not one to typically admit when he or anyone really in his administration may have made certain mistakes or if there have been missteps in their approaches, particularly when it comes to an issue like immigration and his crackdown across the country, one that this White House still continues to believe is one of the most popular issues that he is running on. But he did adopt a very conciliatory tone when talking about this, telling NBC News in this interview that he believes perhaps a softer touch would have been better. Listen.
I learned that maybe we can use a little bit of a softer touch, but you still have to be tough. These are criminals. We're dealing with really hard criminals.
Now, look, I will tell you, just from behind the scenes, the conversations I've been having in recent, the last 2 weeks, really, ever since the shooting of Alex Preddy, the Trump administration has, wavered on its messaging approach. At first, of course, we saw them be very aggressive in their defense of these ICE agents. The president continued to defend ICE in that interview, but we also saw the president particularly being the one to read the room here. And I will say, I'm sure they are looking at this new polling, including new polling we saw come out from Quinnipiac that shows Americans across the country, including many Republicans, do not believe that the deaths of Alex Preddy and Renee Good by the hands of these ICE agents were justified. One of this Quinnipiac poll I'm referencing, it says the majority of registered voters said that 62 to 22 said that it was not justified, the killing of Alex Preddy. That is a 40-point margin. When you look at independents, it goes even further than that, a 50-point margin. Now, all of this comes, as we also heard from the president's border czar, Tom Homan, saying that they're now getting rid of 700. They're sending 700 personnel on the ground in Minnesota home. They're going to keep 2,000 on the ground, but beginning to see a bit of that drawdown that we heard them kind of tease a week or so ago. And so we have to see whether or not this will actually do much to escalate the situation on the ground in Minnesota, Sarah. But again, a rare moment of the president acknowledging when perhaps he and his team did not really take the right approach here.
Yeah, after 2 Americans are dead, it is a stark difference in the way people feel on the ground in Minnesota. But hearing him have some contrition is interesting because we don't hear that often. Elena Treen, thank you so much. Ahead for us, police say a scary discovery when they pull a guy over for a suspected DUI and found 3 children in his trunk. Also, Sunday could be history in the making in the music industry. Today, we could learn a lot more about Bad Bunny's Super Bowl halftime show.